Hello everybody, it's Emily from Emily Loves London, and today I am doing my October, November and December film wrap-up. Oh my god, it's a long list. Be prepared, be prepared. I've put the worst first. It kind of rhymes. The first one I saw is Murder on the Orient Express. This is a 12A. I give it a 1 out of 5 stars, and that was me being generous. We'll talk about that in a minute. This has got a 6.7 on IMDB, which I have no idea why. It's a crime drama mystery. It's directed by the unfortunate Kenneth Branagh, and it is starring Penelope Cruz, William Dafoe, Daisy Ridley, Johnny Depp, and Judi Dench. It's just a fantastic cast. Basically, this is the Agatha Christie fantastic mystery that was completely destroyed. Like, destroyed completely. I mean, the acting was really good by all the actors apart from Kenneth Branagh. That's my opinion, obviously. But yes, it was just a really bad script, and I really didn't like it. And it just ruined the whole mystery. And the camera angles were really weird, and it was just no. Just no. Let's move on to something else. The next thing I went to see was Justice League. I gave this a 3 out of 5 stars. It's got a 7.1 on Goodreads. IMDB, it's either the one or the two. The one or the other. God, brain not working today. This is a 12A. It's an action, fantasy and adventure directed by Zack Snyder, and it stars Ben Affleck, Gal Gadot and Jason Momoa. And basically this is the coming together of the Justice League, who are part of the DC Universe series. They're basically the Avengers in the DC. And basically they are coming together to bring back Superman, who is not there. I can't say anything else. I think I've just spoiled like the last 2 movies they did, like Batman vs Superman and stuff like that. Anyway, it doesn't matter. You probably know already. If you look on the internet. The next thing I went to see is Battle of the Sexes. I gave this a 4 out of 5 stars. I did really enjoy it. It was really interesting. It's got a 6.8 on IMDb. It's a 12A, a biography, comedy, drama, sport, directed by Jonathan Dayton and Valerie Faris, and it stars Emma Stone, Steve Carell, and Andre Riseborough. And this is about the famous 1973 match between Billie Jean King and Bobby Riggs. It's a very dramatic, interesting look at the film, the match. But yeah, I'm not usually one to watch tennis, but I found this quite thrilling. So it's there for everybody. The next thing I went to see was Star Wars: The Last Jedi. This is a 12A. I give this a 5 out of 5 stars. No question. It has a 7.5 on IMDb. It's an action, adventure, fantasy, sci-fi directed by Rian Johnson, and it stars Daisy Ridley, John Boyega, and Mark Hamill. And this is basically the continuation from The Force Awakens. So yes, you should definitely check this out. The next thing I watched was a DVD that I have, and this is Dinosaur. This is a PG. I gave this a 4 out of 5 stars. It's one of my favourite Disney movies because it's dinosaurs. It's got a 6.5 on IMDb. It's a family animation adventure directed by Eric Layton and Ralph Zondag, and it stars D.B. Sweeney and Juliana Margulies and Samuel E. Wright, and it's basically about this orphan dinosaur called Aladar, who is raised by lemurs, and his home is destroyed and he has to find a new one, but also along the way he finds other dinosaurs, and it's very sad but good, and really I absolutely love it. The next thing I watched was another thing I have on DVD, which is Family Plot, and this is a 15. I gave this a 4 out of 5 stars. It's a thrilling but rather long film. It's got a 6.8 on IMDb. It's a comedy thriller directed by Alfred Hitchcock and starring Karen Black, Bruce Dern and Barbara Harris. It's basically about this psychic con artist and her PI / taxi driver boyfriend who find themselves in a sticky situation trying to find this man who was an illegitimate child of this very wealthy family to con this woman out of some money. It's really just like taking the mick out of psychics, really, but it's quite funny and really good. Next on my list, I have something I watched in the cinema, and that is Happy Death Day. This is a 15. I gave this a 4 out of 5 stars. I did really enjoy it. It was nothing of what I was expecting from it, but yes, it was a very good all-round film. It's got a 6.5 on IMDb. It's a horror mystery thriller directed by Christopher London and starring Jessica Rothe and Israel Broussard and Ruby Modine, I should say. This is basically about a girl who continuously relives the day of her death, and she has to kind of figure out the mystery of why she keeps reliving it and what she has to change, a bit like Groundhog Day. The next thing I went to see in the cinema was Thor Ragnarok, and this is a 12A. I give this a 5 out of 5 stars, no question about it. It was amazing, like the best out of all the Marvel films I went to see this year. It has a 8.1 on IMDb. It's an action-adventure superhero movie directed by, I'm going to say this wrong and I'm really sorry, Taika Waititi, I think, starring Chris Hemsworth, Kate Blanchett and Mark Ruffalo, and basically Thor is battling the enemy Hela, who is somehow connected to Asgard. You will find out if you watch it. The next thing I watched was something I had on DVD, which is Monsters Inc., which is gave it a 5 out of 5 stars, hands down. It's one of my favourite Pixar movies. It has a 8.1 on IMDb. It's an animation adventure directed by Pete Docter, I should say. It stars Billy Crystal, John Goodman and Mary Gibbs, and basically in Monstropolis, I said it right, yes. Basically one night in Monstropolis, Sully is working late and this kid suddenly gets out of a door and she's running around loose, and Sully has to somehow put her back in her own door. With the help of Mike, obviously. Or reluctant help of Mike. The next movie I saw was something I had on DVD, which is called 4 Weddings and a Funeral. It was just one of those, like, I really wanted to see it because I love it. I gave this a 4 out of 5 stars. It's a 15. It's got a 7.1 on IMDb. It's a comedy drama romance directed by Mike Newell, starring Hugh Grant, James Fleet and John Hannah, and it's basically about a young man who is sort of stuck about who he loves, and he's had all these weird girlfriends before, and basically he has to go to these 4 weddings, and through these weddings he kind of works out who he wants to be with. It's a very silly, funny comedy romance. You'll definitely enjoy it if you're just in that kind of a mood. The last thing I saw was something I recorded on TV, and that was Santa Claus. This is a U. I gave this a 3 out of 5 stars. It's got a 6.4 on IMDb, and it's a comedy drama family film directed by John Pasquin and starring Tim Allen, Wendy Crewson and Eric Lloyd, and it's basically about a man who accidentally kills Santa, but then who will replace him. And it's not like a bad way, he just kind of like bumps his ladder and he falls off. But yeah, it's really funny comedy family film, and I really like it. It's a really good film. So that is everything I watched in terms of films in the months of October, November and December. Let me know in the comments below what you have been watching, and if you like this video, guys, give it a thumbs up, and if you are new to my channel, you can click the subscribe button below to see more of me talk about books, films, TV shows and comics. Have a fantastic day, and I will see you soon for a new video. Bye!